1, 2, 3, go. All right, welcome to the time. Welcome to the Time Patrollers podcast. I have
Hello.
Nick here.
Hi.
Yep, me and him are doing a podcast mainly oriented towards breakers, but also any Dragon Ball other side projects that they do.
Yeah.
Like,
Dragon
Universe,
Ball related. Yeah.
Dragon Ball, Fighter Z, Dragon Ball, Super, whatever. But mostly we're focusing on breakers for now. For our first episode, we're launching with the recent survey that they dropped. They dropped a survey on multiple factors for breakers, including gameplay, new characters, new raiders. One of the biggest talking points, I think, is the idea that they're going to bring out certain things relative to what they put on the checklist. Because for the first time, I think they put in crossplay for the checklist, which is kind of amazing because that should bolster the player base.
Hopefully get more people active into the game that's already almost dying.
Yeah, hopefully we'll... I don't know how much the player base is on the individual platforms, but for now, any more players would be welcome, and that could unite the odds, especially because they've been forcing the Xbox play stuff, the Game Pass, and giving free weekends to those people, and maybe they like it. Hopefully it's good.
Hopefully.
But yeah, so one of the first things I want to bring up besides that is also a weird note that they put on was the whole time patroller related kind of what gameplay elements to add, where it's like we have what game points of the game do we like, which is really weird because it's trying to optimize on what phases, like the time machine phase. That's why I said time patrollers to focus on that, and also the pre-defense phase and the retreat phase, and then they're trying to focus on particular points. And I wonder if they're trying to do gameplay elements around that. They also mentioned a rank system too, on that checklist, and it's I don't think how Breakers rank would work. I assume you just queue Survivor or regular Raider for rank, but the player base would have to be kind of together for that.
Yeah. But I mean, the survey that they have out, right? I think the main what's the word I'm thinking for? The main the main thing that people want, I feel like, is the crossplay and back to old matchmaking.
Oh, don't get me started on that one. Yeah, since season 2, it's been a mess because of that.
It's real bad. I want old matchmaking back just because I miss being a raider and playing with my friends. Yeah. I get why they get rid of it, but it's just funner to have your friend be the raider and torment you while you play. And I have way more fun in the breaks of being raider from Survivor, because I don't mind being Survivor, but it's a pain in the ass. Even especially now when it's Vegeta on Vegeta on Vegeta on Vegeta.
Oh yeah, and the Vegeta layering is a bit rough.
Come on.
We did a recording session for our videos, and yeah, it is spicy. Well, actually, it was just a stream that time, but yeah, it was just spicy. It was 80% of players are Vegeta, which I get it. It's a new toy in the box, but it is a nightmare when it's on repetition.
Yep. It is just pain, because when you go into a match, you're like, okay, who'll see what we'll get? Oh, it's Vegeta. Fine. The first match. Second match, you're like, oh, okay, Vegeta. Okay, that's fine. Even though you lost to a Vegeta already, then you lose. Then you lose. And then you keep losing because it's Vegeta over and over again. And then we get short, small burst of you'll get a Boo, a Cell, or whatever. But it's just, you're going to keep getting Vegeta.
Definitely a balance fix that needs to be addressed to kind of rebalance it, because it's really rough with how Vegeta works. Most players have experienced it. If you haven't, by some miracle, well, take me to your lobbies. And second, it's mostly due to the Cybermen high awareness from the Vegeta, insta-killing a player, dropping them down. A lot of different grade 8 Vegeta, his wide AoE stomps and short key blast keyframes. I get it, he's a level 4, but yeah. And also when he stomps, you gain perfectly stun lock. like
horrible.
in like this like long duration, it almost never fails. High power damage to like if you're level 4, you just get stomped and then you're back to regular, even though you're full energy. But
it's like this format does not fit this type of gameplay, because if you destroy or kill the raider in the beginning, it doesn't matter because he's just gonna go into the next phase, and then the next phase when you kill Nappa, and when he's Vegeta, it's just like, well, I already used my energy, and he's so broken because his ki blast track when he does his ultimate, and those cooldown so quick for him, and it's annoying.
Yeah, which is rough for a game with no proximity chat and limited like messaging. You can't like tell people directly. You have to rely on emotes or ping systems, which doesn't help. Because the best way to deal with Vegeta we've seen so far is pacing our fighting, which is like at Nappa, like if you have 2 level 2s and a level 3, they swarm him, take him out, back out, and then you get the second wave of fighters ready to fight in case to like as the vanguard. It's really interesting and can be played right, but it's hard with the lack of communication, and it just doesn't work for this set. But Vegeta aside, I think one thing to probably at least veer away would maybe give, because one of the reasons that it makes it tantalizing is most people have maxed out their Raider level to 100 on other characters, and then like they're just leveling Vegeta because that's the only one they have left. And maybe a good way to help, especially for maybe like new players too, that are getting the leveling system, is maybe like spread the leveling. So like if you're leveling like one Raider like Majin Buu, like you get like 20% Raider XP on the other characters, just so it just like they don't feel like they have to be playing Vegeta to get something from it, because that's what usually is the temptation there. Maybe that might balance it. It's just a little spread XP, which is fine, because then you won't get a game where you fight a level 100 Vegeta who's actually disguised as a level 1 Majin Buu, and you're like, oh, it's gonna be an easy game, and then bam, it's like, oh, I am killing everyone. We are all dead. I thought this was just a simple guy. I thought this is not like the simulations.
They need to really add better matchmaking for like raiders and survivors. Like if you're a new survivor, you should get matched up with someone who's a new raider at least, or close to that, you know, someone who their skill level matches the new survivors coming into the game. Because if you're going to come into the game and have a raider that has just been playing since day 1 and has maxed out a bunch of raiders, it's just not going to be fun for them, right? You're coming in expecting to have a good time and play survivor, but then you just get wiped out, right? But I think it's just right now we need a delicate balance, you know, of raider survivor queues with the skill level that they have. Like I don't mind going against higher level ones, because I already know if I have a crew of people who are also high level, like exact same level as me or been playing, I'm fine with it. But if we're gonna go against, and we have 3 low levels in our team who are like barely playing survivor, like what the fuck? It's an end game, because they're gonna die. They're gonna die in the beginning and then feed the raider.
Yeah, usually what happens. They have to learn the hard way. But yeah, sometimes like you need that mid balance of like something you can fight. Like you don't want to throw those level 1s or level 3s against a level 100 raider. Like maybe like a level 30 or 40, like, you know, some there. Because yeah, sometimes the level 100s can carry if there's enough of them. But you have to kind of have that balance scale. Because yeah, I've had some like the 5-man fighting force, the like Ginyu force of survivors. Just the 3 guys have died. They fed the raider, but the last like 5 guys like pull it together. I guess that would be 4. And they would just kind of like pull it together and just do the turnaround on the raider. Like we've had it happen, but yeah, it's still like on and off. It makes games interesting though, and that's why it's cool. Like one of the suggestions they put on is bots, and I can't be bothered with bots in the game, because just the skill issue with that. Like the bots have no skill. I think one thing when I thought about it, because you brought it up earlier, and like the potential of having them, because yes, they would fix the player issue. I think one thing that would make it okay is if there were like actual robots, like literal robots walking around, and you get a how do you say it, like they don't have energy, or at least a low amount of energy within the like if the raider stops them, they get low energy, and they're kind of automated, so it sets the game on a timer. It's like fighting Vegeta. it sets a game on a timer for survivors that they're like pretty decent at like finding power keys, and they'll scout like that perfect area like completely, and like just kind of like maybe they'll carry items too, like little robots that harvest stuff, and then like you can only incapacitate them for a certain period, and they like self-repair back up after time, but you can't sap energy for them, or at least you get a low amount from it, just so because the main issue with bots would be they would know the raider would know the bot patterns, and they would just be like, oh, I'm going to sap them for free energy.
Yeah, I feel like if they do add bots, I mean, I've seen bots play like humans before in certain games. They can definitely, if they focused on adding bots, and if they truly want to add bots, they need to add it like it's a player. Like they need it play like a player does.
I believe it's possible.
That is the main issue.
I think like since they put it on there, like I think they have faith in their bot AI, but we'll see. Yeah. But
all it needs to do is go find a key, and most of the time I feel like they're just gonna open up chests and then hide. Like if they get shot, or if they like feel like the raider is close to them, they're just gonna hide like any player does, or something like that. So it's like.
I feel humans are good at manipulating them, so it's interesting. But yeah, that aside, we can go to the meat of the thing. I think the biggest people for most people to analyze this is they put suggested raiders and survivors, and we're kind of hyped. So let's look at the raider list first.
The raider list is insane.
Yeah, like Nick, what are you hyped for here? We got like Demon King Piccolo, like
stuff. What I want is the one they didn't have on here, so I'm gonna go to the one that I put myself on here. It was was it Zeno? I wanted Zeno.
Oh,
to
you
be
typed
on
in Zeno. Oh, I
put
wouldn't
in
even
Zeno.
think Zeno would just kill all the survivors by looking at them. Just
but he'd be the level 4.
I think level 4 Zeno. Like a weird it's like they would have to play the game differently. It's like when they like added Vegeta, and he functions as a timer system for each of them. For Zeno, in my head it would be like you have like an attention, like amusement thing. So you have to be amused by the little people.
Yeah. You have the timer he had like the timer. If the timer gets up, if you're like level 4, there's a timer, and if that timer ends, he can like erase the world. Yeah, dude, that would be so cool. It's like, oh shit, you're on a timer.
On here. And that would be funny if we started with like one of his like Beerus in like an angel and like a guard, and then Xenos is like, I'm bored now, and just destroys the planet.
Oh yeah, that'd be so
or
good.
Destroys the reality.
What's that angel's name that watches Zeno? What's his name?
Oh, I forgot. He's like the lower,
grand,
the high angel or whatever, the grand priest. I think
I could see that guy.
Oh my god, that'd be funny. He's like, Zeno's not amused, and then moves to the next phase. Yeah. For me, like I want Beerus in there. Definitely Zamasu. We've always talked about Zamasu. I feel like he's like the perfect character for this. I assumed he was coming for next season, but now I'm not sure because they put so many on the list, and I feel like next season's confirmed. I think this survey is mainly for like the prediction stuff. It's for season 4 because for their timeline or whatever, their roadmap, it goes up to 3, and then it says more in season 4. So I think they already have their stuff planned. But yeah, for me, Android 13, Zamasu, and then like Beerus, we talked about most. The things I haven't think of coming out, but
Broly would be.
Is Bobbity that's wild. Broly?
Oh yeah, Bobbity. Yeah. Broly, I think, is the one that they can advertise the most hype for, and his phases could be his phases from Super, where he was powering up through that fight, and he can have that ability like how Frieza does. When he fights, he gets stronger the more he fights, because he Broly himself is so strong. So when he fights a player, or a player fights him, he's just gonna get stronger. His health will probably go down, but he's just getting stronger. Yeah, he's just getting rage mode. So it's like you would have to be the gameplay would be like, oh, do you want to fight him, or do you just want to focus on the time machine type thing, right?
Oh my god, yeah. There's some planet level threats in this game that might be like really interesting, to flip up the game, because it makes me think about that more because of Ozaru Vegeta. He literally picks up the time machine, punches the thing. Like some characters feel like they're so strong that they don't even bother with the thing. And that might be the case. Beerus, I feel like wouldn't, like, he's a god destruction movie effect. I think in Xenoverse they have like a bit where he's supposed to be possessed, but he's actually not. He's too powerful for that shit. And he's like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm good. Yeah, like I think that's how it goes. He just fights you for more fun, and then like when the bad guy shows up, he like starts kicking their ass. He's like, you thought you controlled me, loser.
I think when we look at this list, right, when we look at all these raiders that could be or we want, you got to think about it. How can they add them to the game in the level system that they have?
100%.
Right?
Like giving us a
Like
clear
none of
paper.
some of these guys don't work, and some of these guys do work very well.
I was surprised some Max is on there, but they're willing. But some Max is about the size of a great ape. So
yeah,
we would have like the two androids. I forgot what they're called, the super androids or whatever.
Oh, Alpha and Beta.
Yeah,
whatever
the
they're called.
ones. That would be cool.
Yeah. Or Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, I think it's called. I think
Yeah, Gamma 1, Gamma 2. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that would be pretty rad. But yeah, we'll probably go more down that route in the future and theorizing. But let's go to Survivor. Survivors, I'm hyped for because I love playing Survivor. I only play Survivor.
I hate being Survivor. I do like how they look. Like, I'm glad they added my boy Yajirobe, the Bean Daddy himself.
Oh yeah, like
but
we can talk about more season 2 all the time. Yeah,
his role is garbage.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's the same as the farmer, so I'm used to it. I feel like it's interesting because it's a nice. I think he's a bit faster. It feels with the lunge.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they got Pilaf. They got my boy Dende. I was hyping the homie Popo and Mr. Satan. Those are my hype for
Popo.
is Dende, Popo, and Mr. Satan. Those are mine.
I think the one that I'm hyped for is Jocko.
Jocko is pretty good. I voted for that one.
Pilaf as well. I'm Mr. Popo, Mr. Satan, and then I added Master Roshi because they don't have Master Roshi on here,
which is really weird.
Yeah,
like,
that's really weird.
Be like a weird training thing and have a perk passive that's like when he's around other people, they get their like fighting stuff up faster, like a weird training boost because he trained Goku and Krillin.
You can have a Kamehameha ability or a rush ability. Yeah.
Get his like buff form.
Yeah, get his buff form and rush in and attack. Or that jar thing. You know that jar he did?
The evil contain. That would be a good stun. Like as an ability. Like we don't have that. We don't have a super attack that stuns. That'd be pretty good. We do the evil containment wave as super, and then it puts him in a jar for like a few seconds if it hits. And you have to have teammates to cover it. It might be a bit powerful, but yeah, that'd be pretty good. That'd be funny if it was like conditional recognition.
Yeah, it's like when you're the raider and you're in the jar, and they just have to play a little mini game. How do I get out of here? They play a little was it like beat or whatever it is, like just like push the button on time, or just have a second, like they have a second or two, and then you can run away, and then they'll get out of that jar, like break it or something like that.
That'd be pretty
cool.
Good. Oh my god. Like the sequence scene, or like that'd be funny. Most characters have side pieces, like Spopovich and I forgot his name, the guy with the sucky gun. Do you remember his name? The one with Spopovich? I picked the worst one, but like Zarbon. Yeah, like most people have that. I think everyone but Cell does, but that'd be funny if like you get like caught in the evil containment wave and you have to play the Zarbon and get him out. Like you have to do save. You have to play as a tiny Cell Junior to get Cell out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be interesting. And then like if you die as that, like it should be easy for you to do, but if you die at that, you practically get a game over. It'd be interesting. Great. Yeah, a different win condition. Yeah, I don't know what passes it could like Mr. Satan probably like his little gif or his like dynamite punch. I would love that.
Oh yeah, they can have dynamite punch. He can have like so many things with capsule stuff. You know what I mean? He had that thing where he threw capsules or a jetpack ability. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, the jetpack would be so awesome. I bet it would be loud though. But yeah, it would be like, ooh, I don't know if it should be just as loud. I feel like it's interesting compared to the Flying Nimbus. Like, I feel like since it's more like compact, you can kind of get away with more. Yeah, the sea turtle is on there, and that's so. For me, it just said turtle, but I didn't know they were referring to actually sea turtle. Yeah.
Yeah. Why would they have him? Like, what would you be able to play with that? Like sea turtle?
You get swim speed.
I guess you get swim speed, but maybe I feel like they should give you like a second shield or something because you're a turtle.
The wild part about that is just rigging a turtle as a survivor.
Yeah, that'd be a little weird. I could see Mr. What about Mr. Popo? What would his
Mr.
ability
Popo,
be?
yeah, he's one of my tops, but I don't know what he would do. Like, honestly, but I want him. I just want him. Like, I theorize
I can't think of anything I don't think I could think of anything he did in the show that was like, oh, Mr. Popo.
Fair. Mai is on there, and I'm like, if Zamasu comes out, Mai's obviously going to be on the release with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, beyond that, we don't know. And, yeah, that's pretty much it.
What about Dende? Dende could have a thing where he...
I forgot about Dende. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah,
Yeah,
Dende has been hyped for
find
me,
Dragon
too.
Balls or something.
Yeah, like, Dende definitely hype and definitely know something. It's like, yeah, powered up Dragon Balls. Like, we really need more wishes, because all the Raiders get an extra wish. Like, let us get a wish that we can, like, revive people. That's what I want, is, like, a revive wish.
Yeah.
Like, even if, though, they'll be, like, almost useless, sometimes more players can do something good. Because especially if they just throw their bodies at the Raider, the time machine, and start punching them with the melee. Like, hey, I'll take that.
What if Dende allowed you to select both? Like, power me up and then power everyone up.
Oh, that would be good.
So
but they have to.
have
the problem is,
ready.
they have to be on the Dragon Ball. They have to have them.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
apparently we already have like some greedy people on here, so it gets.
Oh
nutty.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
greedy people.
I think that's it for now for what they've covered. At least most of what we got hyped. But yeah, we'll go to our next segment, which is skill talk. We're gonna the skill of the episode. Nick brought up this one, which our skill should be to talk about, which is... Oh,
dude, this is my favorite skill to use, and it's so useful. I don't care what anyone says. On the Cell games or any other arena, but if it's more efficient on Cell arena map, it's called the slide. The slide ability is so good. I figured out a lot of things while I use the slide. You can slide forever if you find a surface that is just slightly slanted. And you go across it. Like, you don't go down the slant, you go across the slant at a slight angle. You could just keep sliding, and the speed is ridiculous if you have it. I think I have mine at like 16 or something, or pretty high. It's fast. Like, going down anywhere, it's just better than running or any vehicle if you don't want to use it. Just going to get away from a Raider is really fun. Just sliding down the water or sliding down anything like that goes downwards, like it has a slant. It's very useful. Just to, like, instead of if you like using your roll a lot or just something to get there faster, if you just keep tapping slide, you move way faster than the walking speed, so you'll get places faster. Plus, if you have like,
trick was interesting.
Yeah. Plus, if you get like dirt, I don't know if they boost it. Maybe they don't. Maybe they do. But if you got like dirt or like sprint speed and then you slide, I'm pretty sure you go maybe a little bit faster. Don't know. Haven't tested that yet.
We need to test that, yeah.
Yeah. But it is insane. You also, if you want to get a little bit distance off a ledge, you can slide in the air with it. Just a little. It's insane.
Oh yeah, I've seen him pull that trick off. It's pretty good.
You can get the distance off from it. You can literally say, oh, I need to just slide off slightly with it. With the speed, it's insane. I don't know what you're gonna use it for, but you can do it. You can do it.
You gotta get the right people for tech. Yeah, for my opinion, I don't use slide. I might have it, I might not. I actually don't recall, but I don't use it. But at least for like positioning for it, I've seen that slope down near Area X on the Cell Games arena be used for it very well. That's probably one of the biggest slide points, and people get the distance down fast. One of the ones I just thought of right now for Raider Evasion might be like in Area 3, the Hercule area, the World Championship, on top of, I think, the Area A spawn point where the water bit is. That has like a spinning slope. So I think maybe possibly you can spin down the slope and give the Raider a good what for by running down, like just sliding down that like little spiral like mountain, which is really good. Because there's quite a few slide points downward. Great.
Yeah, anything that's downwards, you get speed. Trust me. I would think like, oh, I can't slide down this, and it's like slightly downwards at an angle. Oh, you can slide down it as long as just slightly down. You get speed.
Yeah, like the one where I example with like the spiral is just like just that perfect imagination of just the Mario like 64 like the
Yep, exactly. That's how I feel.
Good. Yeah. But yeah, that's our skill talk for week. Slide is banger according to Nick, and I believe him too. I've seen people pull it off really well.
Trust me, it is a good one to have if you want just like something that you want to just use for a slight burst of speed to get places.
Yep, that'll be it for the first episode of Time Patrollers. Last words, we're doing this probably like maybe every 2 weeks, maybe. Just keeping us up and date on touchgrounds in the game. We're willing to take clips, like you're welcome to put down below in comments or any clips that you can link to us, just to review. We want to do a segment on Clip Talks and review any type of clips that you want to see. And in the meantime, yeah, if you're already on the YouTube channel, you'll see our Breakers series on the Real Nick Fly.
Mm-hmm.
And I stream on Twitch. Henry's all in. Nick streams on Twitch at
Real Nick Fly.
Yeah.
I do say, if you guys have any loadout builds that you think are pretty good and want us to check out, please leave that in the comments and stuff like that. What builds do you guys use, right?
Yeah,
what is your perfect builds?
Yeah, because the game's been getting wider and wider, especially with Season 2 dropping. That's why we talk about the skill segments, but you know, the combinations of skills is a whole new recipe. What works and what doesn't work for you. Like for me, like I don't do as much mobility and I play the support class stuff. Like you'll see us around. For me, it's just kind of like buy stuff, till up stuff, IT to people and deliver it. It's great, and we'll talk about that more in a future skill talk. I have I think I got the perfect one for next week's skill talk, or next episode's skill talk. Yep. That's it for all. I'm Lynn from Henry's All In, signing off.
And I'm Real Nick Fly, and this is the Time Patrollers podcast. Got a time out.
Yep. Bye-bye.